Watch underscore dogs. Here's Damien. Damien is calling to tell us we didn't do enough, deliver more threats, and obviate the last story arc.
The Merlot is in there too.
I knew it.
So that means we'll be returning to Rossi Fremont for a fourth time. This time with less sex and more violence.
The woman's name is Rose Washington.
Rose Washington. I know that name. Wasn't she with CTOS? Aiden, you've hit pay dirt.
I followed your IP. Now give me my sister.
But we're just starting.
So here we have
Important to someone.
pointless complications again.
To attack your niece.
Yes, the Rose Washington video is important. It's blackmail on the mayor, shows him killing a woman. But
Oh, but it was.
it has nothing to do with her job at Bloom. It has nothing to do with CTOS.
You're not gonna do
It
this.
feels like they took two characters and just mashed them up together for some reason.
Nikki.
And now we took Nikki
How you doing?
again.
I'm tired. They're taking care of me, I guess. Just
Gotta keep motivated.
get me, please.
Okay, there's other people with you. Alright, that's fine. Just be ready for anything. Coming to get you.
Okay. Rossi Freeman. Hang on, is this a... Are we going to... I've forgotten actually how the story goes at this point. We might be going directly back to Rossi Fremont, or we might be interrupting the story for the actually fun bit. Let's see.
Everything all right?
I didn't get much. The upload was cut off.
I knew it. Okay. I have to find a way in myself.
Are you crazy? Even if you did get
I
inside there,
thought so.
you can't read it. It's encrypted.
What am I supposed to do? Damien has Nikki. Just tell him he can keep her?
Of course not. Of course. I'm not saying that. But he's playing you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give him this before I know what it is. Damien cannot be trusted.
I know that.
Alright, well let's just deal with one
God,
problem
he's
at a
such an
time,
asshole.
Alright?
He's incapable of communicating without being an asshole.
No, it's way beyond my skill.
And who then? Hey, what about that crazy guy? Tobias, he used to work here.
Okay, that's where we start then.
But we need to be discreet.
I know how to be discreet.
That makes one of them.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Tobias won't know how to deal with this, but his old friend will, Ray Kenny. And that means we get to go up to Pawnee and do some completely disconnected from the plot missions.
He was a
But they're
software
fun.
engineer hired for the CTO startup. He created the encryption. The creator always had back.
Well, he can decrypt it.
Kenny is crazy good, and I bet he built this room. He's a genius. No, I mean a legend.
I'm guessing legends aren't easy to find.
He's way off the grid. No one's heard of him in over a year.
And yet we will find him trivially easily. So, Ray Kenny.
Everyone has history online.
For some reason the guy is a sort of
He's been gone over a year.
backwoods anarchist, as well as a sophisticated urban programmer. I don't quite get how those two things mesh in one character, but I am not the writer of this game. But Raymond Kenny's stuff is fun. We'll be going up to Pawnee, fighting a bunch of people who hate us for some reason, gaining the trust of a crazy old hacker, liberating a crazy old hacker. The story takes some severe digressions at this point, bearing in mind that our theoretical goal is still get that IP address, rescue Nikki, get back to the main plot. But step one of all this is to go to a place where there's a thing. I paid more attention the first time around, but Technobabble is involved, therefore Kenny has left traces at this place, and if we go there we can follow them and find him. Nobody else has thought to do this for some reason. Which is interesting, because in the backstory, Raymond Kenny is being hunted by Bloom and by the United States federal government for severe crimes. So it kind of beggars belief that nobody would have thought to look for him in this fairly obvious way before. But begging belief is just what this game does. It basically reduces all beliefs to poverty. Not a single one is left enriched or credible.
Right, Kenny. You need to be careful. He's a very dangerous man.
Dangerous, huh? What's his story?
I'll let Clara tell him.
Whistleblower or a cyber terrorist. Depends on who you ask. Delivered his message by blacking out most of New York State.
I remember that. 2003. Not just New York, that was most of the Northeast. Killed a couple of people.
He killed 11 people. He called it a software error.
The hell was his message?
Kenny was trying to warn everyone. He didn't trust people inside Bloom. But I don't think he expected anyone to die. Now he's in hiding.
And we're about to find him.
The place you're going is the very end point of Raymond's last signal. Hackers hide their location by routing their packets through botnets.
Yeah, it's a good trick. I tried it myself.
He's probably bounced his signal all across the globe.
We'll have a problem if that signal ends in China or some faraway country.
No, he's here. I don't care if he's gone off the grid. If this is Kenny's ex-Bloom, something tells me he wants to stay close to the action.
Once again, Aiden makes up bullshit
But
and
if he really was in
turns out to
Chicago,
be right by
why has he
narrative
been
fiat.
so quiet? He's not the kind of guy to just sit back and watch.
You said he killed those people. Must be a pretty price on his head. Good reason to stay underground.
So this game takes place in an alternate 2013 where if you kill people, rather than dealing with the force of the law, the main problem is mercenaries come after you. Or whatever, it's a conceit of a video game. So I noticed this log, that's why I've walked over here and stopped moving. I reckon this is going to be another one of the engineers' conversation between Raymond Kenny and Tobias Struer. Let's see what it says, because I didn't see this one in my first playthrough.
I am so sorry about your car. How much did you have to take out of the department flash drive? Did you find all these decoys? The ball's in your court now. I just want to point out that I've already done the car thing, so if you leave my baby alone, please.
Not particularly interesting. That was a cool jump. I hope you saw that cool jump. Alright. We're going out to the city outskirts to find the point at which the legendary ancient hacker Raymond Kenny bounced his signal. So, I've been talking about legendary ancient hackers and lost civilizations, fortresses and so on, and that's because this game is not really a science fiction game. The story it tells is similarly, I guess, to how Star Wars is not a science fiction film. The story it tells is fantasy. We are essentially hunting down a lost sage here, a cyber wizard. The role he plays in the story is not that of a technician. This guy is at best a shopkeeper for our town in the bunker. He calls himself T-Bone these days, and he's good at shotguns and building robots. It's all a bit of a melange of a character. But he's funny, you know, they give him good dialogue lines, so whatever. But yeah, after Fruer, there's Kenny and indeed Rose Washington. So the game kind of revolves around hunting down legendary hackers. But rarely to actually get them to hack anything. They're just human MacGuffins, basically. Ray Kenny. So once again, Aiden's actions here are going to precipitate a tide of bullshit.
We might have a problem. I'm
Yep,
picking up a lot of
here we go.
chatter about Raymond Kenny.
That's strange timing. You said this guy's been dark for a year.
I think we might have alerted someone when I found Raymond's signal.
So we'll have company waiting for us. All right.
So, Kenny, who is a good guy, remember, he's, you know, whistleblower against Bloom. Oh, well, I say good guy. In this story doesn't have any good guys, so he's killed 11 people. But he's supposed to be a good person, a hero. Kenny was the whistleblower, he is the legendary genius. He has been in hiding from the evil company. And we're about to give him away because that's the sort of thing we do. You cannot actually do something in this game without hurting someone who's a better person than you. Gonna need a bigger gun. Let's pull someone over here. Actually, maybe I'll just use that camera a little. We've got access to the usual bag of tricks here. The usual bunch of buttons to press. So in this case, I will blow up this car. Oh, it didn't work at all. I was hoping for something a little better. Oh, whatever. Just fall back on shooting guns. As mentioned several times, Aiden's default fallback position is always murder because he's so good at it. In this game where the themes are privacy and surveillance and hurting people because you don't consider your own actions, the protagonist's actual power is just he's good at killing. It's not super palatable. Oh, a bag.
Shit. Someone's on to us, Clara. Let's make this quick. What am I looking for?
Connect me to the computer. I'll run a search from the bunker.
Ammo bag clues us into the fact that we might need to do some heavy duty fighting here, so let's take out the pump action grenade launcher. IEDs. That's a good idea. I'm going to drop a few proximity IEDs around the place. Having played the game before, you see, I know that in fact people will come and attack me at this point. Oh, unfortunately I don't have the skill for crafting them, so looks like I'm limited to what I've got. Couple more key points here. And okay, that should do it. That looks pretty explosive. Let's hack.
Wow. Old school shit. No wonder good cops can't shut the club down.
It does look like a 486 or something. Still runs the same movie OS though.
Clara, he's online.
Oh. There they go.
Go round. Close in on him.
Ah, they figured where I was. I mean, it was incredibly obvious. So, on my side is the fact that everything keeps exploding wherever these guys go, for some reason.
Detroit, Pensacola, Montreal.
I basically just have to clean up. What the hell? Why is he alive? And the guy. Actually, a grenade launcher is not the best tool for this environment. Good old silenced assault rifle and completely unsilenced sniper rifle. We'll take care of it. Actually, you know what? One more grenade. That's a pretty fun weapon. They're still coming. It's not clear who these guys are, but presumably they are fixers hired by Bloom. Fixer in the game basically means techno-mercenary. I think they're supposed to be based on the idea of a fixer from, like, organized crime drama. I don't know if that's a real thing in the real world, but it definitely exists in Pulp Fiction. Anyway, fixers in this game are men with guns who've heard of computers. Apart from Aiden, they don't actually use computers, but they know what they are, and they're kind of involved with them in some sense. It's a bit unclear. That's the last. Ah, hello. Yo.
It's done. Pawnee.
I told you it was Pawnee.
It's the best you could come up with, Ray. I better wipe the hard drive. I don't want anyone else tracking Kenny.
Okay. I'm not sure if it works that way, wiping hard drives to prevent traces, but whatever.
Taking off. Guy's got a lead on Kenny. Can't miss him running.
Aiden,
That makes a good excuse to chase a fire engine.
Kenny. You can't let them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm on it. We'll shut them down.
Hurry.
Is there any kind of vehicle around here at all? Yes. This car seems conveniently positioned. So at this point I've got access to most of the bag of tricks that lets you interrupt people on the roads. So it shouldn't be too hard to stop these guys. I just need to follow them for a little while until they get to a traffic light or a steam pipe or something, and then press the X button. Or I could try ramming them for a while. This car I'm in is kind of beaten up though. I'm not sure it's going to do very much against a fire engine. Dang. I don't want the cops to get involved in this. Unfortunately, what I want doesn't matter. Oh, no, it's... I'm on the wrong side of the highway now. That's not good. And if I'm not careful, I'll lose the guy or some of the cops. Almost out of jam comms. This could have gone better. Still on the wrong side. But at least we've shaken the cops. For which we get experience points. Okay, here he is. That was actually quite an exciting moment, nice emergent gameplay. It's good that that sort of thing can happen in the game. Yep. Oh wow, they survived it. I was gonna be all, consider yourselves exploded. Right, he's definitely not alive anymore. Not sure who that was shooting at me, but I'm not inclined to stick around and find out.
Why does he have to be in Pawnee? Too many bad memories there.
Oh my god, memories. Yep, we're gonna have more flashbacks. So let's see what's up next. Skill points. All good.
I got what I need. We're ready.
You're actually going after Ray Kenny. I can't believe we found him.
Haven't found him yet, but we're close.
He might not even help, you know? If he decrypts those files, he's exposing himself.
This guy was a whistleblower. You said those files had blackmail on Blue.
Ah, this
There
is
was
fun.
blackmail on everyone.
So here we have Aiden assuring Clara that Kenny will help because he's a
When you
whistleblower.
find Ray Kenny,
But for some
what do
reason
you
they
have to
wrote this
offer him?
dialogue twice.
We
Look, it's
see
happening
what
again.
happens when we dig.
If he helps
If
us.
he helps us decrypt those files, he's exposed.
The wording's slightly different this time.
There's a reason he's hiding.
Here.
Yeah, he turned against he's a whistleblower. This time she says he's a whistleblower.
With that.
You're going to threaten him?
No. A whistleblower wants
They could.
justice.
This sequence of dialogue is bizarre. If you're watching this in a video which you can rewind, I exhort you to look at the specific wording there. It's clearly the same thing twice over, but one of them has been slightly rewritten and lines changed around. But they just must have had some kind of issue. it's an online thing. They must have had some kind of issue where they accidentally put the same bit of the plot in the story twice.
Hello, partner.
Oh, and Damien's calling as well, for fuck's
Nosy
sake.
girl.
You touch a hair, and I'll snap your neck.
Don't surprise your siblings. She's a hothead like you.
Why are you calling?
She's wondering if you're coming to collect her. I said I'd check.
I found someone who can decrypt the data.
I'm all ears.
His name's Raymond Kenny, an old CTOS developer. He's in Pawnee. I'm heading there now.
Well, that is news. But I'm gonna use my veto
Of
here.
course, Damien's gonna make things harder pointlessly.
Created the encryption.
Raymond Kenny
part of
is
the
also
plot.
a whistleblower. He's gonna unlock all those juicy files and put them on the goddamn news. You know what secrets are when they hit the news? Worthless.
Got to create artificial obstacles.
Find another way.
There is no other way. You want this done, you need to get off my back and let me do it.
Normally I wouldn't mind. Damon's role in the story is to be this kind of foil.
Files.
He drives the story forward by pointless actions.
To do.
But Kenny's arc is like the most fun bit of the game, so I'd rather he didn't try to stop me from doing it.
Answer. You'll help me decrypt everything. And I'll get Mickey safe.
Although, once again, Aiden is just making up bullshit. Kenny's the answer. He knows it is for some reason. And he's always right. That really irks me, the fact that he's always right, because the writers have decided he is. So, look at this objective. Guess what's going to happen now? I have to watch this. But you don't.